All right, let's move on to outfielder first base Oscar Charleston.
I remember when the great Willie Mays makes his first visit to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And he walks in and he's peering through the chicken wire, looking out onto the field of legends. And as any good center fielder would do, the first thing that he asked Buck O'Neil was, "Buck, who is that in center field?" And Buck looks at him and says, "Willie, that was you before there ever was a you." From Indianapolis, Indiana, it is the legendary Oscar Charleston, whom Buck O'Neil would say without hesitation, the greatest baseball player he ever saw. Oscar Charleston joined the Indianapolis ABCs in 1920 when the Negro Leagues were established. The consummate five-tool player. You remember the great over-the-shoulder basket catch that Willie Mays makes in the World Series there in the Polo Grounds? Well, all the old-timers in the Negro League say, had that been Oscar Charleston, he'd have been waiting for that ball to come down. That's the kind of instinctive center fielder that he was. He had the defensive abilities of Tris Speaker, the tenacity of Ty Cobb, and the bat of Babe Ruth rolled into one dynamic package. That was the great Oscar Charleston.
That was a great Oscar Charleston. So with that last statement that Gray made, that's up to y'all. I'm staying out that one. If y'all want to handle that one.
Oscar Charleston
Let's get
stepping
these
in
hits,
now
though.
for the Crawfords with one gone and a runner in scoring position.
There we go.
Line drive, base hit, right field. And that's good enough to hold the lead runner at third. Runners now at the
Nice
corners.
emo, great one.
Bennett back to work. Fouled off. He was late.
There are a lot of stories of how good Oscar Charleston was, Boog, but here's one stat that sums it up pretty well. He's the only player in MLB history to win the Triple Crown 3 times. The only other players to even do it twice are Rogers Hornsby and Ted Williams.
Burns. And he handles it himself.
Okay, this
for the
guy's
out.
got some pop
The
at the
last
plate.
2 of those Charleston Triple Crown years you mentioned, Singy, 1924 and 25. He was playing for the Harrisburg Giants, 2 hours east of the Philadelphia Phillies. who
Oh,
were
that's
finishing
gone.
second to last both years, when they could have had an all-time talent leading them if not for segregation. And out of here.
Maze before maze. Need more water already. Scored 1 put out.
2 outs, bases full. Now, Martin Digo.
Definitely had some pop. Nice.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Dives, but it
I
gets
hit
off
the
his
wrong
glove.
button.
1 runs in.
I hit the wrong button. I'm sick. I hit the wrong button.
So bases all loaded up. Martin Digo digs in now.
That's kind of crazy.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. This one lifted to the outfield. Oscar's really hustling for it. He hangs on. What an incredible catch from Oscar Charleston.
$19.21.
In 1921, as a member of the St. Louis Giants, Oscar Charleston put together one of the greatest single seasons not in black baseball history, but in baseball history, when he led the Negro Leagues in home runs, doubles, triples, stolen bases, and batting average in the same season.
Ooh,
and with
okay.
the integration of the stats of the Negro Leagues into the annals of Major League Baseball's record books, Oscar Charleston now stands in third place on the all-time batting average list, just behind his former teammate, Josh Gibson, then Ty Cobb, and of course, the great Oscar Charleston.
Nice. 363 lifetime batting average. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Love to hear. Love that sound. Tally, one extra base hit. Got it.
Chance for the Hilldales to break it open early with Oscar Charleston digging in and 2 runners on with nobody out. Miller back to work. And that one fouled off.
In 1921,
there's just something about just that sound, that pure sound of the crack of the bat is just amazing.
Only one other player ever did that, Ty Cobb in 1909. But Cobb didn't also lead the league in doubles and triples like Oscar did. Unreal.
Yeah.
That one is absolutely belted. One hops off
Factual,
the wall. Should
factual
be extra
there.
bases.
This is
One
extra
runs
base
in.
hit.
The relay, not in time. He's safe at the plate.
go.
And they lead by 2.
Got it done first try. Love it when I'm able to do that. I was working on some programs last night. Heard a couple. Nice.
During the 1935 Negro League World Series, the Pittsburgh Crawfords, who had had one of the most dominant regular seasons in Negro League's history, found themselves in a dogfight against the New York Cubans. As a matter of fact, they trailed in that series 3-2. And in a critical, pivotal moment, Oscar Charleston is squaring off against the great Martin Dihigo. You might know him as El Maestro.
El Maestro.
One of the most versatile players in baseball history. Dihigo is on the mound as 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th when Oscar Charleston hits a 3-run homer to tie the game. And that kept the Crawfords alive, and they would go on to win that 1935
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to
Negro League
hit a
World
home run in
Series.
this one.
Much to do with the heroics of the great Oscar Charleston.
So I'm feeling this is gonna be a hit a home run. Okay, tally 2 hits, tally 1 extra base hit and 1 RBI. Okay.
Here's Oscar Charleston to the plate with a chance to make this
we
a
in polo
big
grounds,
first inning
too.
for the Crawfords.
We in polo grounds.
Slider misses outside.
Oscar Charleston didn't just star on that 1935 Pittsburgh Crawfords team. He was the manager, too. He skippered the team to the Negro League's World Series title, out-managing the great Martin Dihigo along the way.
Swing at a high fly ball right field.
Oh,
He makes the grab. Both
Sorry, that'll be
runners
our-
tagging
that'll be
from
our
second and third.
RBI.
It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. It's 2-0.
That 1935 series had one of the greatest groups of talent ever. Pittsburgh had Oscar, Josh Gibson, Cool Papa Bell, Judy Johnson, and Leroy Matlock. And the Cubans had Martin Digo, Rap Dixon, and Lefty Tion.
Oh. Gordon Ramsay. Wow, 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 wow.
Kicks and fires. That's a laser base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. Throws to second. In
Safe.
there
Let's go.
safely.
Now I just need one hit.
Now this is in the air down the line. And that's a foul ball. Don't forget that Oscar had that incredible 1935 series when he was 38 years old. You know how many other players have batted 300 and hit 3 homers in a World Series at that age, Singy?
I think just 2. Let's see, Johnny Mize and Willie Stargell.
That is exactly right. Both those guys are Hall of Famers. And that one is lifted in the air.
Get down, get down. Ah, didn't get down.
Perez makes the grab. And that is that. Oscar Charleston stepping in now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Here's another stat to put Oscar's greatness in context. Only 5 players have ever had at least 4 seasons with an OPS plus over 200.
Oh, come on, get down.
They're twice as good as the average hitter. Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, Roger Hornsby,
was one hit
and
shy.
Oscar Charleston.
I was one hit shy.
2 on, 1 out. Charleston getting ready to hit. And that
Ooh,
one
I was early.
wrapped
Very early
foul.
with that. Oh, wow. That was out of the zone. What I swung at
Second and
that.
third, 1 away.
Not only late, but out of the zone, too.
Line
Get
drive,
down.
that's a
Thank
base
you.
hit into
We'll
right
take that.
field. 1 run across. In there. He's safe. It's 3-zip.
Nah, Hauser, you're not taking crazy pills.
That one's in there. Strike 1. And ball 1. Hard hit, right side.
Ooh.
Tosses to the
Thought that was
pitcher
getting
covering
through.
the bag. And they get Charleston for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Outside.
He tried to backdoor that slider on me. I see you, sir.
Swung on.
Oh,
belted.
that has a chance.
That's back.
Get out.
Gone way
Let's
up
go.
into the upper deck.
I heard that crack of the bat. I'd go, that's got a chance. For someone who's so knowledgeable in sports and has an understanding of how sports negotiations works, it's not looking real smart for you right now. Game over. All right, the Game 6 moment. Tally 1 hit and 1 RBI. Got it.
Oscar Charleston digs in against Martin Digo with a chance to win it for the Crawfords. Hey! In the dirt.
0-1.
Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily.
I swung totally outside of the zone. I shouldn't have done that.
That one is
See ya.
And this series will continue. Oscar Charleston blasts a 3-run walk-off homer to win it for the Crawfords.
Love that sound.
Buck O'Neil would say of Oscar Charleston that he was the strongest man he ever saw playing this game. He says Charleston could take a baseball, put it between both palms, and turn the leather on the baseball. Just freakishly strong. Of course, he was also extremely tough. He enlisted in the U.S. Army when he was 15 years old. Now, he lied about his age to get in, but can you imagine a 15-year-old serving his country? Oscar Charleston would eventually serve during World War I and would come back home and play for his native Indianapolis ABCs, but you could tell how tough he was. He once snatched the hood off of a Ku Klux Klansman and lived to tell about it.
That second part, Lord, got
There's
me.
the great story of him going on a play home, and he barrels over the Cuban catcher, and it incites a fight. And back then, the military was the security for those games. And so they were prepared to arrest Charleston. And the general of the army said, no, any man that strong, don't bother him. That was Oscar Charleston.
Oh, man. Good Lord. I had to reread that just to make sure that I read it correctly the first time. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Hell, 2 extra base hits? Okay.
Oscar Charleston steps in for the
We got this.
Hilldales with runners at the corners and nobody out. A big opportunity. And
Out of the
that's
zone,
downstairs.
bring it up.
And that is ball
Counts
1.
1-0.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck.
Get down.
That one carrying.
It bounces
Get out of
over.
town.
That bounced off the top. Ooh,
Jed
that's
Brewer,
very
one
late.
of the best pitchers of the Negro League, said he loved to pitch when Oscar Charleston was playing first base because Oscar was so strong that he could take a new baseball, turn it between his hands, and open up the seams.
Ooh, that's too early on that one. Okay.
Hard on the ground to first.
That's not what I needed.
That ends the
I would've loved to
inning,
have had that
and
first
they
one,
limit
though.
the damage. And he hits
Oh,
a ground ball
so
to the
early.
outside and foul ball.
Early and rolled over on it.
Oscar was definitely feared for his ability just as much as his strength.
Ooh, that's
Johnny
out of the zone.
Johnson, who
Okay,
later
bring it
pitched
down
for the
for
White
me.
Sox and Orioles, said he'd come to bat with the score tied and they'd walk him. I wondered why until one day they pitched to him
Oh,
and he hit it out of the park.
outside.
Not even close there. 2-1.
It wasn't just Negro Leaguers who knew how good Oscar was. In 37 games against white major leaguers, Boog, Oscar hit .355 with 10 homers, 7 steals, and 38 RBI. And he wasn't facing scrubs either. He got his hits off of Bob Feller and Walter Johnson and homered off of Lefty Grove and Grover Cleveland Alexander.
And a foul ball.
Hey, appreciate you coming through, Tammy. Have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you this weekend, have a great
In the air,
weekend.
out towards right center. Newman should have this one. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away. 2 outs. Bases full. Charleston, the next to hit.
Oh, outs.
In the dirt.
0-1's the count.
No advance. Good job behind the dish. all loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. On a line, base hit. One run is in. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and they now lead
should
by
be runs
9.
tonight. Got the one, couldn't get the other one.
So runners at the corners. Nobody
Two extra
out.
base hits. That's
Oscar
gonna be,
Charleston
that's
stepping
not gonna
in
be
now.
easy.
Bell back to work. That one not close, and it's 1-0.
Need to hit it into the. Need to find a gap though. Maybe I should try. That's
and
out
another
of zone.
ball.
Deciding.
That one.
Oh,
hooked
I was
foul.
early. Oh, that was a good pitch.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered, but foul.
Very early again.
McDonald at third. Glass on at first with nobody out. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Bradley under it. Squeezes it. Here comes the runner from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. On the board first, it's 1-0. And fouled off.
Oh my good lord.
That's a ball.
Oh, I
Runners
thought
at the
they were gonna
corners
call
with
that a
2
strike on me.
outs.
Woo-wee.
Well struck
See ya.
deep right field, way back and out of here.
That one went out the park. Out the park. That went over the second wall.
On the ground.
Oh,
right
I
side.
needed that to get
Has some
through.
trouble with it, wins the race to the bag, so they get the
Oh
out, but a
my,
run
if that
does
got
score.
through. If that got through.
And
Oh,
first
my word.
offering is fouled off.
But it's not just early on that.
Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. And now 2 aboard. Oscar Charleston
I have
will
a
hit
chance.
next.
I have a chance. I got one more shot. Oh, get into the
Liner,
gap.
and
Get into
this
the
could be
gap.
trouble.
Thank you.
Lead runner makes
Finally,
the
I
turn
hit a
at
gap.
second.
Oh, my lord.
Coming home.
Oh.
He'll
We got
score easily.
Let's go. Oh, my biceps. Significant impact.
Yeah, whenever I miss those days, visit my LA. Under the ground, running around, we was them kids that played.
Oscar Charleston played for 43 years in the Negro League. That is unbelievable. And then, of course, Oscar Charleston would become a manager. As tenacious as Oscar Charleston
43
was on the
years.
field, he was the complete opposite off the field, where he was a gentle giant, nurturing his ball players. And 3 of those ball players, while managing the Indianapolis Clowns, were the 3 pioneering women who called the Negro Leagues home. Tony Stone, Mamie Peanut Johnson, and Connie Morgan. And Charleston had the tremendous ability to instill great confidence in his players, which certainly belied how he performed on the field. But maybe that's the beauty of Oscar Charleston, who would also go on to scout for Branch Rickey's Brooklyn Brown Dodger, and was part of the effort that ultimately landed us Jackie Robinson, who was playing for the Kansas City Monarchs. So Oscar Charleston has a tremendous baseball career.
Wow,
from
I
every
did not
facet
know
of the
that.
game. And it led him into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1976.
That's cool. They really did a great job on these. For real. Tally 4 total bases. Got it.
Here's the great Oscar Charleston stepping in for Pittsburgh to face Bill Foster.
Count 1-0.
In the dirt, but kept close. Not in time. He's safe.
Ooh.
And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
That's some speed for you.
Next
Inside.
pitch misses inside. And the count is 2-0.
Hey, what's going on, Izzy?
Swings and blasts one deep
Get
to
down.
left center. That's back there. See
Get
you
out.
later.
Love it. Say get down. No, I'll just say see you later. Oscar Charleston. All right, we got Oscar Charleston done. Love it.